Hi guys, just a quick heads up. The following podcast of the Sunday Night News and Nonsense Report, or the Sinner Report, this podcast contains some minor adult content between myself and my co-host from Spatry's Cup of Linux. If you guys are wondering what's going on, just fast forward the podcast. Oh, I'm still editing the podcast, but just go past the 16-minute, 30-second mark, I believe, and you guys will see what I mean. Anyway, enjoy listening to the show, and I'll catch you guys later. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Sinner Report, the Sunday Night News and Nonsense Report. And I just realized I have to go catch a bus. Spatry, you're on your own. Goodbye. Hold that bus. Hang on. Yo. Okay, bye.
I think the bus driver just flipped you the love finger like the New York City cab drivers do, right?
Oh, kiss my kernels. Let's start.
Valve announces Linux-based Steam OS. Now, we had a really cool discussion on this last night, and of course, Toss was with me, and we had the usual gang of people on the show, and we discussed a number of things that Valve is bringing to the table here. And I mean, this has been hot news all week. You know, Valve announces the Linux-based Steam OS. We believe that, they also mentioned the console. They're going to be giving this out to 300 lucky people to try out. Of course, with SteamOS, you'll be able to build your own Steam box if you want to, and then they mentioned a game controller. And we talked about a number of things that this could do to impact the community. So, very, very good stuff indeed. Of course, I don't think Toss believes that is a Microsoft killer, but the rest of us believe this is a wonderful thing for the Linux community. What say you?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's great to have choices. There's no question that as far as the gaming future in Linux, I think it looks terrific. I just wish they would come up with better names. I mean, Steambox? I mean, I already have that, like after I eat a can of beans.
And, even more, another thing that, Valve has done is now the Half-Life source is out of beta for Linux, and now Steam Store doesn't actually list a Linux icon for it, but Valve has announced on the official community hub for a Half-Life source that it is now available for Linux. So this is going to be great because now people can take the source code and do some fun things with it. And for those of you who are not familiar with some of the source code for games that are released out there, that's brought a number of games to us. Some of them like Nexus, and there are a few other first-person shooters that we have on Linux platform, like from the Unreal Engine. I think we have some Unreal Engine games like Sauerbraten and Cube and stuff like that. So, I mean, we've got some pretty cool games that people built off these source code engines. So this is going to be great for those independent people that like to tinker in their home office and build some cool old games and make levels.
Yep.
So that's an added plus for the community. And I know you don't game on the computer, Toss, so I'm probably putting you to sleep here.
That's okay. Look, if a cool game comes along that blows me away, I will at least give it a shot. Sure.
Yeah, and the thing is, once they release these engines to the public, then the public can come out and create user-generated content, and that's something that really that Gabe Newell last week over at LinuxCon had stated that, in terms of their client base, they cannot compete with their clients in that, and that people who are using Steam are generating a lot more content than Steam itself is. So this is a wonderful thing.
Yes, I am looking forward to what the imagination of the game developers bring forth.
Exactly. Okay, well, guess what? More news. Google Glass XE10 update to bring third third-party app support. And if you looking at the screenshot here, the Google Glass looks a little bit different than the prototype. This looks like it has a little miniature, little webcam on it, and a little screen, and that sort of thing. It looks kind of cool. Google Glass Explorer Edition, the device that is still in a kind of beta testing, being only available to developers who are ready to fork out $1,500, will soon be getting an update. The update has been dubbed as the XE10 update, and it aims to get more of the third-party developers to develop and allow them to easily run their apps on the Google Glass platform. Toss, do you think it's really worth $1,500 for a pair of glasses that, for a heads-up display? I don't know. This might be cost prohibitive. What do you think?
If it has X-ray vision, I'm all for it.
And I know you're going to be on the beach using the X-ray vision, right?
Sure.
Well, it'll pair nicely with that smartwatch we were talking about some time ago.
Yeah, there are about 15 different variations of smartwatches last time I counted, so why not have 15 variations of the $1,500 Google glasses? Why not?
This is something that might be of interest to you, Toss. Ubuntu has released a beta 2 of 13.10 and the Saucy Salamander. The Ubuntu team is pleased to announce the final beta release of Ubuntu 13.10 desktop server, cloud, and core products. On the one of the interesting additions to the growing Ubuntu family of distribution is Ubuntu Touch. Together with existing builds of Ubuntu for PCs and servers, with its milestone Ubuntu images for phones, are also included in the beta for the first time. It is not recommended that casual users install the Ubuntu on their phone, but developers can find instructions for installing it if they wish. Now, and apparently this is going to have Xmirror, not the full mirror thing.
Right.
Now, I'm not going to be looking at this until the final release comes out, because everybody hates it when I review betas, because I tend to throw stones at them sometimes,
Boo.
No, I'm kidding. I don't always do that. But, yeah, I've got enough on my plate right now. I'd much rather look at the final product and then, have some time to play with it a little bit.
Right.
But, there are other channels that love testing betas and showing people a heads up of what is to come. So, and I'll look at some of those videos. But, yeah, I'll wait till the final release comes out before I have a look at it.
Yeah, I usually test final versions, although I've had good luck with Ubuntu, at least with 12.04. I did test Beta 1. The short time that I tested it, I didn't see any horse stable stuff coming out of it. I believe the full version of Mir comes out in the next version, if I'm not mistaken, so I think I might wait for that one.
Now, according to what I have read, if you're going to use Mir, you're going to have to be using the free and open source driver for the Xmirror portion of it. That is true,
yes.
But if you do want to use your proprietary graphics drivers so that you can install Steam and play all your high-end games and that sort of thing, it will revert to X. Now, I understand they're not going to have that functionality in the 14.04 release, though. I think they're going to be dropping X in favor of Mir. So that'd be interesting to see how that plays out.
I am curious, although I will say this, I finally got my, video drivers, my ATI drivers working, no freeze-ups. I had to do some tweaks. I forget what I did exactly, something in the terminal or something with sudo or something, but it seems okay. Mir is still relatively experimental as far as I know, but if it turns out to be tested that it's better, more efficient, uses less resources, sure, I'm all for it.
Yeah, and, isn't this interesting, Toss? Now that you have your ATI drivers working perfectly, now Ubuntu's going to have a new server that's going to be inconvenient
just
for you to
when I get it fixed, they throw me a monkey wrench. Thank you. No, I'm just kidding. It's cool.
toss. It is a conspiracy. They know they want to aggravate you and only you. So that's why they did it.
I must terminate canonical Ubuntu Werand. Irrelevant.
All right, and then of course it appears that Dell has made a deal with the devil, or should I say, Dell is still offering Ubuntu amid Microsoft loan. Well, at any rate, let me tell you about this. Dell's strategy to go private includes a $2 billion loan from Microsoft.
Whoa.
Yeah, $2 billion. But don't let that discourage you. The Dell Microsoft relationship, which will include a big Windows 8.1 push, has not upended Dell's continued work with Ubuntu, the Linux distribution that has found a home on millions of desktops, servers, and mobile devices. Okay, and if you visit dell.com/Ubuntu, you'll find that it reroutes visitors to a laptop promotion, XPS 13 Ultrabook Laptop Developer Edition, running Ubuntu. Over the past few years, Dell has offered Ubuntu desktops on netbooks from time to time in North America, but the netbook push in particular fizzled out once tablets emerged in the market. And also, Dell is working hard to push computer sales in China with their Dell computers with Ubuntu pre-installed on them. So, will we see Ubuntu in the United States? Probably not, but European countries, I'm pretty sure, will.
Well, they are a little bit more open-minded overseas. Didn't Germany switch from what they had Microsoft to Unity? Didn't we talk about that a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, Germany absolutely loves Microsoft.
Sure.
Yes, they're very concerned about the backdoors and intentional security holes. And all of that magnificent stuff that closed source software has to offer. And so, I think they're going to be pushing people to using Linux. But also, you'll remember that we talked about I think it was in Munich. They're planning to release Ubuntu CDs to a lot of consumers or business owners where Windows XP is going to expire, and get them to transition over to that.
That's right.
Yeah, so how well that'll play out, I don't know. But the thing is, Ubuntu is a competent desktop. They're going to be giving out Ubuntu 12.04 LTS, which is good until 2017. And I'm kind of... the new LTS that's coming out. I'm kind of worried about that because everybody's excited about Wayland, and I just saw an article earlier this week where GNOME 3.10 now has experimental Wayland support. Kwin has Wayland support. I mean, everybody's pushing Wayland support, and so Wayland's probably right around the corner now. Everybody's been working on it, and I imagine some of the graphics card manufacturers have been working on it as well. I know Intel for a fact has been, and so and that's probably why Intel decided, okay, well, no on Mir. So everybody's excited about Wayland, and we'd like to see what that's going to bring. But I guess Ubuntu felt that Wayland was dragging its feet too much and decided to come up with their own solution, and that's okay because that's what makes Linux great. We have lots of choices.
Well, how about if we drag on to the nonsense portion of this?
Uh-oh, here it comes, folks.
Thank you for that mundane introduction. All right, Microsoft. Wake up, I said Microsoft. Microsoft bashing. Are you ready? Oh, that's why you woke up. Okay.
Okay, good. What are we bashing Microsoft for now?
Well, kind of. You may have, I caught the news that if you walk into the Microsoft store, I guess they're going to give you, for your iPhone, up to $200 as a trade-in to convince you to try or buy the Windows 8 phone. I understand the logic, I think, of the trade-in value to entice you, but probably the last thing you want to do is remind people of their superior iPhone. At least I think it is compared to Windows 8. But they are giving you, Spatchy, if you had an iPhone, I believe it's the 4S or higher, a $200 trade-in towards a Windows 8 phone.
Oh, I was just about to say, because I mean, when you had first said that, I was thinking, oh, what about one of them first generation iPhones and try and trade in? They'll be lucky to give you $2 for it.
I know they're desperate, Spatchy, but not that desperate. Yeah.
Yeah, Microsoft can afford to do it. Maybe.
Yes.
Maybe not. Well, actually, no, they're losing big time money.
Yes.
And they're probably going to lose even bigger on it. But the thing is, we know how Microsoft uses a number of tactics to draw people in. And then once they got you, hooked in there, they use every dirty trick in the book to keep you locked in. So,
all right. Well, look.
Are people really going to get rid of their iPhone that they've grown to love over the past number of years for that ugly Metro interface on a Nokia? I don't think so.
Well,
but
look.
Maybe.
All right. To be fair, I will defend Windows 7 and my Xbox 360.
Boo.
But
shut
I'm
up.
Kidding. Oh, shut up. Point I'm getting at, Microsoft, take your money and build something better, something that.
Amen.
You know what I mean? It can be done. As much as we may enjoy bashing, it gets old after all. Just build something better.
Oh, no. It never gets old bashing Microsoft.
As I said, we really enjoy bashing.
Actually, this should be detritus in your ears toss, because we all know how much you love the big E on your desktop.
For what? E-commerce?
No, Internet Explorer, the big E.
Oh, that big E. Okay. I haven't used that since 2012. Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of smartphones, you know how in the past we have made jokes like his and her smartphones?
Uh-huh.
Well, perhaps the joke's on us. There is an app. I think it's in development.
No.
This is a family show, and I will keep it. I'll do my best. But I have to say, because we made fun thinking, yeah. Well, guess what? There is an app. It is a smartphone-controlled vibrator. Which we've somewhat hinted at in the past. The name of the app, is called Clicktorix. This, oh God, how could I keep a straight?
What will they come up with next?
You and I we are in the wrong business. I'm telling you.
Parents, I want you to cover your children's ears right now.
No.
10 seconds ago.
I promise this is relatively clean. The app, the app, I'm not sure why, but the app measures calories burned. Okay, look. I want to stop this right here, but just to say this is a family show. We will keep it that way. And when we say family, this includes all the wonderful ladies out there. But let me just say this. If you have a girlfriend, wife, whatever, and she needs something to enjoy her life, and that something does not include you, may I suggest, guys, that you turn off the TV, stop playing football, and start playing with your wife. Because romance is no joke. And I'll leave it at that.
I gotta ask, how much is that app?
I don't know. I'm scared to look.
What else you got?
Oh, let's see. Well, speaking of vibrators,
oh no.
Brown University is hosting Nudity Week to talk about global issues such as gender, race. I'm not sure why you have to go nude. This is up in Boston, I think. And of course, cell phones and cameras will not be allowed. Sure,
Duh.
sure. Spatchy, I need to go. That bus you mentioned, I have to catch. It's on its way to Brown. I'll catch you later.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
yeah, but with my luck, I would end up going somewhere like there, and I would be paying people to put it back on.
Oh,
Well, there's some people that look great, without wearing their banana peel, and some bananas that don't look too good with the banana peel off.
yeah. Well, since we're on this theme, the city of Scott Township up in Pittsburgh, not too far from here. They are the residents. I guess it's the female residents. They are complaining of the traffic posts. I think they call them bollards. I guess I not sure, but I guess they are complaining because some residents are complaining that the posts look like male, private parts. Part.
Where do you get this stuff?
It's on the news. I mean, I cannot.
Yeah,
You
but
can't.
yeah,
Well,
but
yeah.
now you're starting to get. I mean, I can remember it was the dinosaurs, and then what other kind of weird things have we had on the show? But now it seems like things are getting a little risque there, Toss.
Let's move on to something less risque.
Okay, good.
And I talked about this last night, but your team up in North Florida, the Jacksonville Jaguars, I guess, bless their hearts, I guess the team is not doing for that. I guess they're 0-4. I guess they are one of the worst teams in football. I'm sorry to hear that for the fans. To entice fans to come to the stadium, if you buy 2 tickets, or buy a ticket rather, they are willing to give you 2 free beers.
How much are the tickets?
$75. No, I think they're. I think.
Well, if the team isn't even winning, they're not even going to be able to give away the tickets, let alone the beer.
Well, I think the tickets are only $45. But look,
okay.
the price is right, but I think this is wrong. This is outrageous. I think they should be giving away 2 free kegs of beer. So the fans won't care what's going on at the stadium.
Well, they'll be puking in the bleachers, right?
There's a show to watch. Oh boy.
The Technicolor spew. Are we done now?
Yeah, I got a few more things, but I think we've put people to sleep enough.
I think the news half was better than the nonsense half this week.
Possibly, but I still think the his and her smartphone thing, that might sell.
Yeah, that might. But yeah, if your wife needs to be tickled by the cell phone, something is serious. By the way, Toss, what's the difference between kinky and weird?
I think you said this before, but go ahead.
Kinky is when you tickle your wife with a feather. Weird is when you use the whole chicken. Bwack, bwack!
And you're calling me? One last thing. The title, one of the blog titles for that app said, and I quote, "Finally, a decent smartphone vibrator app." Now, I'm curious, what exactly would be an indecent smartphone app?
The one that comes with a...
Shut up, don't say a word. We're done.
No, I was just talking about like it comes with a Ziploc bag so that the phone doesn't get wet.
Oh, Spatry, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Ciao. We'll catch you next week. And thanks everybody for listening here at the listening room at the Linux Distro community and all smartphone users around the world.
Are you kidding me, Toss? This news report is going to get us both banned. Good night, folks.
Good night. Thanks.